Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I went ahead and I made a project and I tried to do like a rainbow sort of theme. It failed miserably. I tried to grind all these up into like little tiny bits and then add them to a white base. Unfortunately, that failed miserably, and I'm going to roll on those clips right now and you can see what actually happened. Alright, so this is starting to get a skin now. So here we go. Whee! They all went in. Okay, that might have been the wrong thing to do because now it's all gone hard. Yeah, that was the wrong thing to do. No, that was definitely the wrong thing to do. Okay, so you could see that when I added all the little shredded bits to the white, it seized up and it just turned to a hard soap. So on my behalf, that was really, really bad. So what I've done is I've melted down a little bit of each base and I've colored it. And as you can see, I've got yellow, pink, blue, purple, green, and orange. Sort of like rainbow themes, but they've got a little bit of a pastel look to them. And I'm going to pop them out of here and then I'm going to melt them down. Now, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that, whether I'm going to create a layer or I'm going to try and do like a confetti type soap. I'm not sure at this stage. I've got some suspending base here, so maybe I'll use some of that. I really don't know. It's just one of those mystery projects. It's like, I got to do something with this. This has been sitting on the table for quite some time now, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's crystals. There's crystals forming on the top of the soap. So I've got to melt it all back down and work out some sort of project. I don't think there's actually enough in all of this to fill a loaf. So that's where the suspending base is going to come into play. I've got to weigh it all up and figure out what type of project I'm going to do. Oh, I should also point out that this has been scented with monkey farts. With a monkey farts fragrance, I like it to be very colorful. I don't like it to be like a 1 or 2 colors or even 3. It's got to be all 6 or nothing at all. So they're all scented at 2%. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to list a whole heap of fragrances on the screen right now. And what I want you to do is write in the comments below which fragrance you would like me to use for the next project. It probably won't be the next video, but it may be the video after. I'd also like you to tell me what type of colors you would like me to use with that fragrance. So pick a fragrance and then pick, say, 3 colors. If I can do it, I will. And if I choose you, I'll dedicate the video to you. Okay, so it turns out there's 1,060 grams for all these colors. My loaf is around about 1,090 grams, so it can only just make it. But considering the fact that there is always a little bit left in each pot that you melt them down in, it's going to be a lot less than that. I would probably say 140. So what am I thinking here? I'm thinking 1 of each color. So we'll go that. So that takes us down to 517, so about 500. I add 600 grams of this. I cut all these up into little tiny bits and pieces and I throw them all in. That sounds good. All right, we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna be using this suspending base. It is a crystal soap base for melt and pour. And I've been using this a little bit lately and I absolutely love it. So if you can find this brand and you wanna give it a try, there are the details. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Really good stuff. Okay, so I almost got carried away then. Because this base is not scented, when I melt it down, I'm going to add 2%. So 600 grams is around about 12 mils of fragrance that I've got to add to this So when I add all the embeds to it, it's got a nice fragrance. The difference between the colors and the loaf, and that's in here, and I'm going to put this in the microwave right now and melt it down. And while that's melting down, I am going to be cutting all these up into little bits. And I'm going to do that right now, but you can skip it if you want to because it's going to be pretty boring. I'll add some music. Okay, so I've melted down my base. Just going to check the temperature. So it is 129, which is 54 Celsius. So roughly 130 is sort of like where embeds will melt. But I don't know, maybe it would look good if they melted. I might try that. And if they don't work, then I can always do it on the second one. So I'm just going to add my fragrance, which is 12 grams. And I went over. Okay. So I'll just stir that in. So what I might do, unlike the previous video, which I've shown you already, where I added all of this to the base, I might pour the base in and then add little bits as I go. And that way I won't do the same thing. You got to learn from your mistakes, you know? Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna move all this over here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Don't know why this laser light's not coming on. There it is. So it's still 129, which is fine. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to spray the base, and I'm just going to spray all the embeds on the table here. And if you're curious, I wash the table down with rubbing alcohol and hot water. All right, so we're going to tip a bit in. Spray to pop all the bubbles. And add the colors. Okay. Spray that. Now, because some are actually hanging out the top here, I just want to drizzle the soap over it so they all sort of bond together at some point. So I'm going to use a little bit more of this suspending base. Just going to melt it down and pour it in over the top just to fill in all these little gaps. Okay, so I'm just going to spray the top. And pour this base in over the top of it. Just to fill in all those little blank bits. Alright, I have no idea how that's going to turn out. I've got to wait until tomorrow, cut it up into bars. I'm actually not going to do the second one until I know that this one actually works. So there's no point wasting all that soap if this is not going to turn out okay. And I might be able to learn something from this when I cut it up, so I can add it to the second one. Okay, so it's a bit later on in that day, and I think this is set up already. So I'm going to unmold it and see what we can do. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. There's a few tiny little bits where the embeds have touched the side of the loaf and they've just created like a little tiny hole, but nothing major. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm just going to clean this up and then I'll be back to cut it. So I can't make my normal lines on top, so I'm going to have to make them on the side. I don't really like cutting from the side for some reason. I like to be cutting straight down the soap. So I'll mark the lines out anyway and see what I can do. So there we have it. I've got all my lines right through, and they'll give me 9 bars. Yeah, didn't think that was going to work very well. Like I said, I don't like going sideways for some reason. It's just not me. See if I can cut down on this line. So that's the first bar. Looks pretty good to me. Looks very 70s. You know that pastel fluoro color that everyone used to wear? I'll see if I can put up a photo right here. I'm going to have to fix this one up because I can feel it on both sides. I don't know what to do with that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll keep that one for myself. Yes, my cutting skills are absolutely hideous. It looks great. I love it. It's really colorful, but like I said, in that pastel type, it's not like super, super bright, which is really, really nice. Even the bad piece with the bit that came out is still really nice. It smells so good too. So I'll take some photos of this so you can get some close-up shots. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.